Howdy folks, hope you're all having a great weekend, and welcome back to Communist Revolutionary Simulator 6, and I swear the timing on this one really couldn't have been better if I'd tried. Because you know how good the Stranger Things DLC was in the 3 videos that I did previously. And I was thinking to myself, by comparison, your regular Far Cry 6 just isn't really going to be able to stand up to the comparison. And if what follows had just been up to your regular standard of Far Cry 6 dumbassery, that would have been a fair comment to make. But instead, what we have is quite possibly the single dumbest thing that Far Cry 6 has ever asked me to do yet. And I realise we're playing Far Cry 6 here, so that's a fairly bold claim to make. And yet, I swear it is 100% true. So, to recap, Talia has been shot in the neck. And I had been asked to go and get some urgently needed medical supplies or she was going to die. Which of course is why I spent the last 3 videos journeying to another dimension and saving the world from an otherworldly threat. Now you'd think if these medical supplies were needed that badly, Talia would have been dead by the time I got back. Sadly, that is not the case. So, I mean, that's fairly dumb, but it's not what I'm talking about in this particular video. I get it, that's just the way game design works, mission triggers, etc, etc. That's fine, no problem. The game gets a pass where that's concerned. Where it does not get a pass is exactly what these urgently needed life-saving medical supplies are. And also the location of this miracle wonder drug that Talia needs to save her life, because apparently it's located at various different military checkpoints. And looking at the map, I actually control 2 of them. So I don't even have to fight anybody to get this life-saving drug. And then it's the question of exactly what this life-saving drug is. I mean, I thought that maybe Talia might have some kind of rare medical condition and she needed a specific type of very rare blood for a transfusion, or some specific type of miracle wonder drug to prevent her from going into septic shock from blood contamination, something like that. Something that might explain why the doctor, Matthias, who is looking after her, is sitting on his arse by Talia, waiting for me to go out and bring this wonder drug to him, because it's just too dangerous for him to do it himself. That I could understand. But that's not the case, is it? So I fast travel to one of the 2 checkpoints that I already control where these drugs are located, walk into the office at the checkpoint where the drugs are just sitting on the table. And what exactly are these wonder drugs? Antibiotics. That's it.
Oye, Matías, I got the meds.
Muy bien, Danny. Bring them to me in 3. Hurry, for Talia's sake.
See you soon.
Okay, a couple of things. One, they're just antibiotics. You could have walked to the drugstore. In fact, you didn't even need to do that. That's a fucking radio. You could have just called and gotten somebody to deliver them. Also, if Talia needed antibiotics to save her life or she was going to die from that infection, she would have been dead by now. The fact that she's not dead by now indicates that she didn't really need the antibiotics in the first place. But let's just go with it. Let's just say that maybe due to the blockade, antibiotics are extremely rare on Yara. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that every corner drugstore or chemist shop, pharmacy, whatever you want to call them, doesn't actually carry a stock of antibiotics. So I'm now fast travelling to the other checkpoint where the antibiotics were located in order to return them to Dr. Matthias so he can save Talia's life. It's 400 metres away from where Talia's being treated. It's not even a 5-minute walk away from where Talia's being treated, and yet for some strange reason I'm the only person who can possibly collect these antibiotics, and yet that isn't even the dumbest thing about today's video.
Nobody told me this was a party.
She's so quiet.
See, big reunion. We need to hit El Doctor.
You need to stay here. We need to move.
We're not abandoning them.
No. Máximas Matanzas is Libertad. That footage from Castillo Zoo showed the cost of his paradise. The concert inspired thousands to join us. Radio Libertad inspires more.
But you've become a distraction.
Maria's dead. Bebiro is a new target. El Doctor is the key to fuck up Castillo's money machine. And he's in the Capitol.
He's not there.
My people have eyes on him.
We were face to face. El Doctor is addicted to his work. He's not going anywhere. Matias has intel.
Sergio Esteves, El Doctor's right-hand man, murdered hundreds with his medical trials.
That's how we get El Doctor.
Were you running to America? Found your cojones a little late. I knew you were military.
Paulo. You're right. I'm not your leader. But you've had one foot out the door now. Talia's committing executions? Revolution is chaos. But a leader creates their own order.
Let's go.
Your call, Danny.
Pedro Torrero. Now that was a fucking musician.
Now that Mama and Papa are gone,
We need Sergio.
I'll find him. Then we pay El Doctor a visit.
Yeah, but you don't need this Sergio guy, because Juan literally just told you that his spies have eyes on the Doctor. So we're now being asked to trust the hunch, because that's all it is, of a fucking DJ, whose only concern last week was getting off this island and securing a recording contract in America, over Juan, who has over 40 years' experience of setting up successful intelligence, spying, resistance, and guerrilla networks. Yeah, all right. And the dumbest thing is,
Shit. A camera.
Paolo's right.
Peanuts for Yara and
Because of
Hazel.
course he is.
Should check inside.
Hey, it's Paulo. Just thought you should know what kind of monster Sergio is. Come mierdas carried out thousands of fucked up experiments on outcasts. Even kids, Danny. It's fucking sick. And all of it just to make Bio Vida rich.
Coño. I have to get this piece of shit.
You will. Suerte.
Yeah, we get it. He's a bad person. I don't know if you just noticed there, Oluso, the Panther. Best stealth companion ever. Because not only does she do flawless stealth takedowns, she disposes of the body as well. So you don't have to worry about hiding bodies or patrols coming across them and going on alert. Plus, if you perform 24 stealth takedowns, you can upgrade her ability. So the next time she does a stealth takedown, if there's another bad guy nearby, it causes fear. And then if you do that a further 24 times, the next time she's reduced to below 50% health, which I have to admit doesn't happen often because she is very sneaky, she gains damage resistance and health regeneration, which basically makes her impossible to kill. The only downside is that there seems to be some kind of internal cooldown on how often she can do these stealth takedowns. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. Although she's got that guy. And... okay. Yeah, it's all good. Or not. Somebody raised the alarm.
And now they know I'm here.
There's the alarm panel and camera. I mean, I'm kind of shutting the barn door after the horse has already bolted here. If you shoot the alarm panels, it kills that individual alarm. You can spend more time shutting the alarm down, which will kill all of them, but at this point, it's kind of too late. So this is the new Supremo that you get with Eluso. And the resolver weapon that I'm using here will actually allow you to shoot through solid objects. Although there does seem to be a limit on the number of solid objects that you can shoot through. You can't shoot through like 2 walls, a rock and a door. There is a limit to it. But it is still pretty good. And you might have noticed, disposes of the bodies too. Right, that seems to have taken care of the guards in the immediate vicinity. Now to find Sergio and get him to talk. Oh wait, there is another guard over there. Actually, it's an armoured car. You know what, I'm going to let the rebels worry about
That's
that.
not here. Where did that fucker go?
Ministry of Health, attention Dr. Estevez. So yeah, fine, this is his villa, we know he lives here. Yeah, he's a bad person. I get it. Fine. So we find his office and, oh, surprise, surprise, he's not here. Although there is a cache.
Who you been talking to, Sergio?
Now, thanks to the note next to the thing that I'm supposed to be interacting with, it ended up being harder than it needed to be to actually listen to his recorded telephone messages.
Sergio, it's El Guerrillas. The Guerrillas are onto you. Come to me and we will provide the protection you need. Castillo can't afford to lose you, and neither can I. We have so many more trials to complete.
Hijo de puta's been tipped off.
How can he have been tipped off? We only came after him on the word of Paolo 3 minutes ago. Which means that the only people that could have tipped him off are me, Paolo, Talia, Bicho, Clara, or Juan. And if any of them are feeding information to the enemy, we're in bigger shit than I thought.
Me cago en su madre. He's on the run. Matias, someone warned El Doctor that we were coming. Sergio's on the run.
Paolo and I are on our way. Don't let that piece of shit escape. He's a fucking murderer.
Yeah, I get it. He's a bad person. Oh, this was kind of funny as well. So, we're running through the car park to get to the docks where he's making his escape, yeah? Along the way, and this isn't the funny part, I'll just stop to deal with this. Yeah. Along the way, completely by coincidence, we run into a random air supply drop, which is normally a side mission, but hey, since it's here anyway, I may as well take the surprise, especially since they're not actually being contested by
Should
anybody.
get to the marina. Sergio might be escaping in his boat.
Good observation, Danny. Bearing in mind, we've just run through the car park past the garage. We're now approaching our third road and closing in on the marina, which of course is where Sergio keeps his boat, so it's a logical assumption to make that he's about to make an escape in a boat. But this is Far Cry 6. Logic has nothing to do with it.
There's that true Yaren piece of shit.
Yeah, this is where he keeps his car. Inside a corrugated iron shed in the fucking marina. Okay, whatever. So, now we have to capture him alive. And that kind of begs the next question. Why? Why do we need to capture him at all? Why am I even chasing him? I already know where he's going. We just heard the message on his answer phone from Dr. Reyes. He said, get the hell out of there. The guerrillas are on the way. Meet me at the BioVita research facility. So we know where don't forget, the whole point of going after this guy was to find out where Dr. Reyes was. I've just found out where Dr. Reyes was. We don't need this guy anymore. This whole chase is completely pointless. We don't need to chase him. We know where he's going. And he's not the target anyway. It's just a means of finding out where the target is. And we've done that. In fact, this whole sequence is basically just a way of showing what a psychopathic badass Paolo suddenly is.
Concussion, grade 2 or higher, laceration, dislocated shoulder.
Matias. Let me guess. You're going to train me to prove you're the better doctor.
Where the fuck is El Doctor?
The Vivero Processing Center, Building 13.
What the fuck, Paolo?
You think El Doctor could run the outcast camps without people like this piece of shit? None of this whole fucking mess would be happening without doctors like him. Fuck him. I'm all out of mercy.
And significant trauma to the skull.
So, yeah, we chased this guy down to torture him into revealing information that we already knew. Welcome to Far Cry 6. The only good thing about this whole clusterfuck is that it does lead to what is honestly one of the best missions that I've played in this game thus far.
Danny, come meet me at the lookout near the BioVida lab. We're going to hit El Doctor where he lives.
About fucking time.
You and I are going to kill him, Danny. And we'll also hit Castillo where it hurts most. His fucking wallet.
Look at that, Paolo. You made me smile. See you soon.
And that will be coming up in the next episode, and it is actually going to be worth it. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this utter train wreck of a mission, and I hope you're all having a great weekend. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.